mind. I'm talking Payoneer, Netspin, Venmo, Stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash.
Cut the check, reparations. 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 Cut the check, reparations.
Cut the check, reparations. Cut the check, reparations. Yes, that's right. It's Keep It P podcast, where we take news situations, everyday occurrences, and indeed we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. Not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you how to think. That's the reason why I bust down the articles the way I do. I figure if I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna just say it real fast. But so sometimes y'all don't want to hear it from us. Oh, y'all need to shut that shit up, Sharif. Don't nobody want to hear all that black empowerment. Don't nobody want to hear all that black stuff. That blackity black that black stuff. That's how y'all be. Well, shout out to my boy PK, Peter Kane on Facebook. Shout out. He put this up and I thought this was interesting, so I just wanted to share it with y'all and like to hear it. I ain't saying it. Just listen to my man. It says, former Marine says, our forefathers were the worst beings in the history of mankind. I ain't saying it. Here we go.
Got so rich. The untold story of American white supremacy. I mean, I just read about the Indian land grab. And I'm like, my gosh, man, good Lord. No wonder we don't want to teach the truth. No wonder we don't want to teach the truth. Because that means we've got to look people in the face and say our forefathers were the worst people in the history of mankind.
Really? Tell me more.
The things that they did, that manifest destiny, that kind of mentality has been atrocious. What we have done to the African Americans. The estimated number of wealth that came from slavery.
How much?
From free labor. And that's what it was.
How much? Do you know how much
it was? They estimate that the amount of money that came from slavery was around $24 trillion.
You shitting me?
You can't even grasp that much money.
I can grasp it.
The average person has a hard time grasping what $1 billion is.
I know what $1 billion is.
$1 trillion. Holy shit. And a lot of people don't want to admit the truth because a lot of people also are scared that what happens if we actually do have to maybe pay reparations. Understand that everything, that beautiful capital in Washington, D.C. was built by slave labor. The majority of the churches in this country were built by slave labor.
Really?
Our forefathers were lazy. And if they were smart, which they were,
yeah,
but the problem was they were cunning. Sad.
Oh,
the greatest land giveaway to whites.
Hold on.
Once Europe discovered the New World.
Real quick, I'm just calling bullshit real quick. He talked all that shit real quick, and then he just tried to throw the mad scientist label on there real quick. Like, come on, cuz. See, he was slightly still on code a little bit. You see that? But there's more. Hold on.
And violently subdued, forcibly removed, and outright murdered the Indians, a system had to be set up to induce white people to populate and work the new land.
Really?
The real truth is that European immigration had nothing to do with seeking religious liberty.
What?
It had to do with the headright system, which gave large tracts of land to anyone willing to cross the Atlantic Ocean to help settle the colonies.
What?
On average, a person would be given 50 to 100 acres of land. White landowners would get another 50 acres for each enslaved man, which increased the want for slaves while enriching whites with free land and free labor. Now listen up.
Oh.
The white folks that got the land could sell, lease, subdivide, and bequeath the land to their next generation.
What?
Remember when I spoke about the landowners getting additional land for slaves?
Yeah.
In 2017, it was decided that blacks have a perfect right, even a responsibility to claim that land and its current value.
What?
For instance, the value of the land in Virginia today is worth $21,921 per acre.
You shitting me.
Today, 50 acres is worth
Do the math,
$1,096,050. This means that if the forcibly imported Africans were to receive their head rights like the white Europeans did, the 625 million acres of land today would be worth $13.7 trillion. A recent study estimates that the combined value of all of the land in the contiguous United States is worth $23 trillion. This means that blacks would now own more than half of America if we use the same systems that the whites used. In addition to the land, the descendants of those black Africans are owed the fair market value of all the commodities, tobacco, sugar, cotton, lumber, corn, etc., that their labor produced every year that only enriched the whites. That value is estimated to be as much as $24 trillion. Let's also remember how slaves built our roads, bridges, railroads, barges, wagons, tool manufacturers, ports, etc. Should have came with the promise of 40 acres and a mule, but never did. The blacks' generated assets cannot even be measured, but it did from the economic foundation for our current world dominance. It formed our economic foundation for our current world dominance. If we ever want to provide a measure of justice, we would return the land to the Native Americans, but don't hold your breath. Part of the critical race theory is crushing conversations like these from ever happening. Even though we know our government will never do the right things concerning the past, it doesn't mean that we should.
Did this nigga say, oh, all right, because we was here before slaves and all of that too, but you see how, you gotta listen to the words. We should return the land to the Native Americans. Not the Indians y'all call Native Americans now, because they all white.
Didn't know the truth. But
I just, you know,
I'm going to jump in this tomorrow.
Hold on,
right there.
on.
How white folks got.
I thought that was interesting, y'all.
We're gonna drop Tariq's car from this.
You gotta take everything with a grain of salt. You see what I'm saying? Like, but I just thought the information was very interesting, especially on a day like today, Martin Luther King's birthday, and you know, we're currently coming to Washington to get our check. I guess the point to this is, don't be so short. You know, they kicking around shit like $250,000 in California, and that's a start, but it don't stop there. You know, we was involved in all facets of human existence in this country. So, like he pointed out, they owe for not just the money. The money's a good start. Don't give me we got to get that, and we can't let them play us with pennies either, right? But then there's land. Then there's the government that got to pay. Then there's these corporations that got to pay. There's, you know what I'm saying, like Wells Fargo and Geico and the Lehman Brothers and all of these people who directly profited off of slaves by offering insurance and those kind of things. Oh, no. There's more to go. But I think this was important just to say, don't get played, man. Don't end up like a Bruce's Beach. You know what I'm saying? Getting the 20 mil, getting the land and giving it back for the 20 mil, which is, they should have got 100 mil. They should have got 100 mil, and the ability to set up property on that beach just like they people had it and be the only ones and be straight for forever. But that didn't happen. But that's because, you know what I'm saying, we a little thirsty, because, you know, it's tough, it's tight, you know, for people. And you've been waiting all this time, you might as well wait until it's right. But that's just my little 2 cents. I ain't gonna hold you on, mold you, fold you, and scold you about being on code. And I got 4 words for you: love, peace, blessings, and aloha. Out the doha for shoha. You already know how.
Sandra Blackwood for Hot Lava Music TV. First off, let's get this straight. I only want a boss. And I like to see a boss and boss shit. Where can you get boss shit, you ask? Well, dig this player. Boss 3 Anti Clothing got that drip for you and your missus. Now first, go follow at Boss 3 Anti Clothing on IG to see more real boss shit. And second, please log on to boss3anticlothing.com. That's boss3anticlothing.com.
We need to go out here and say exactly what we want. And we got to say it with our chest. And we kind of start pussyfooting around, and we got to stop being scared to say exactly what we want, what we need. need that paper. Say it with your chest. Damn all that. We need justice. We need y'all to love us. No. We don't need that paper. We need reparations in the form of a check. Let's stop being afraid to say it.